one thing I will mention from a CEO executive coaching, I've worked with a lot of major clients around the country, and one was a top photographer, and he did covers for magazines and major publications. Nordstrom's was one of his clients. And he had an agent who was getting 25% of all his revenues, and he was very upset about this. The agent wasn't working hard. The agent was getting over 6 figures a year, and it was bothering him. So I think, and so what we did is we sat down, we thought through the whole agent issue. We ended up lowering the agent's fee. We ended up changing the way the agent communicated with him. The agent ended up getting him major work in Europe and really focusing on him. And part of it was he didn't know how to deal with it. So I think if you can break through that a lot of times, and sometimes that's coaching, sometimes that's dealing with or solving a nagging, challenging problem. And what happened was Tim did some videos for clients, which he'd always wanted to do. We ended up cutting his bookkeeping and accounting costs in half, and it was just this incredible surge in energy, even though he was very successful by every measure and very talented. The other one was I worked with Gary Lico, who developed about 100 cable TV shows, and he read about me in the Wall Street Journal. And he had grown from 3 to 10 people, and his financial team had not kept up. He licensed Court TV in Europe. He developed Forensic Files, you may know the show, or Animal Detectives, a lot of different shows. And basically what we had to do was go in and talk to the financial people who'd been with him for 8 years as he's grown, bring in new people because they weren't willing to make a full-time commitment and kind of upgrade their skills to deal with a company that was now 5 times as big as what it was 8 years ago. And once we did that, we did some team building. It really moved his whole process forward. So sometimes I think breakthroughs and solving those challenging problems and getting input to do that. Now there are kind of six tenets to take your business to the next level. Excuse me. And I know Gary and I were talking earlier, and I think we definitely agree on this as a key one. First is, what is your vision for the business? Where do you see your business in 3 to 5 years? Sit back, and I think this is an important process to go through, that I take some quiet time. Some people like to close their eyes. What does your business look like? What does the interior look like? What does the employee group look like? Is it different than where it is now? Is it bigger? Is it have new product areas, product lines? Does it have new services? And chances it does. I worked with a major real estate developer, and he had a number of buildings that he and his partners owned, and he wanted to set up a whole new division to do kind of innovative, edgy, urban projects. And so we set up a whole different, in a different city, different culture, and his vision was to grow this dramatically. And he ended up winning some national awards through this division within about 2 or 3 years. But basically we took this whole new branch of the company from 3 to 20 people in about 4 years. And once he laid out the vision, now one of the things we did 6 months into this is, as an executive coach or CEO coach, a lot of times what I'll do is meet with people almost every week, sometimes on the phone, sometimes email, sometimes in person, and help them identify and solve key issues and move ahead, and help them anticipate what are some of their next steps going to be. And in his case, we kind of grew the business, we defined the vision, then we brought everyone together for a retreat. We did a 1.5-day retreat, which I helped set up and run. We had him, the 2 key principles in this company, lay out their vision. Here's our new vision. This is where we want to go, one from a big picture perspective, another from an operation management perspective. And that was very powerful, because the people who gotten involved said, wow, this is exciting. I want to start this new company, and I want to recreate this whole urban area and change the culture and the feeling for it. And so vision, very important there. And then what we did actually about 6 months later is we did a team building exercise as part of that growth strategy. We brought everyone together again. We had all the project managers on these building projects come in and talk about and present in front of the key people. And it was a major step along the way to grow this. But the vision was where it all started.